Welcome back to the fontpodcast. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna say what episode it is anymore, just in case. Um,
In case.
uh, if you like what you see or hear, go check out our previous episodes. They're all on YouTube. And all right, yeah. So the first thing is this. It's kind of funny, like because we talked about. I think I mentioned one per episode the past couple episodes of like things that really piss me off, like my top three. I think like 2 weeks ago or whatever, I said it was like my third highest like grinds my gears thing, and it was like the narration at the beginning of movies or whatever that's like not, the telling and not showing thing.
Unnecessary.
And then I can't remember what the other one was, but then I thought of what I think my actual number one biggest grind my gears thing in fiction is, and it's when characters that live in a world with insane shit run into something insane and they like are dismissive of it, or they're like oh my god, what's the word?
Like this is normal, basically.
Well, like they don't believe it. Like they're like, oh, that's clearly fucking bullshit or whatever. Like, okay, a good example. Recently in the Nightwing comic book, uh they started a new story arc, and he was like driving on the road or whatever, and he sees this seemingly like homeless girl or whatever, just, she's wandering on a highway, so he stopped to like pick her up because he's like, that's obviously dangerous. And she gets to the car, and he's like, oh, who are you? We're like, where do you live? Blah blah blah, trying to figure out like where to take her. And she says something to the effect of like, oh, I'm like like a witch of the crossroads or something like that, and that something that some villain is doing disturbed her burial grounds or some shit like that, so she woke up to punish people, right? And Nightwing's immediate reaction is, this girl's probably crazy because it's ridiculous that she could be a witch. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, Nightwing, one of your best friends is literally a demon. Like, why is it beyond the realm of belief to
I
you?
believe.
Yeah, that like, and it happens all, it's a really common thing in comic books more than anything else, where like, especially with characters that tend to be more of like the street tier hero vigilante type stuff, like Batman, Nightwing, uh even Spider-Man type characters, where they'll be like they're cool
Sure.
if it's like science, but then like someone's like, oh yeah, I'm a witch, and they're like, that's fucking ridiculous. And I'm like, you hang out with people that have magic all the time. And then yeah, so that's just the thing where like they do that a lot too. And in especially in comic book stuff, where it's just like the writers forget that it's like Nightwing doesn't exist in a vacuum where like magic is a really rare thing or whatever. I'm like, or Batman or whatever the case might be. Well, I think it's weird because I think the reasoning behind it is people confuse, especially like in DC when it happens. It's obvious, like they do it with Batman a lot, um, but they confuse, because a big part of Batman's character is that he does not like magic because he can't plan for it or like control it or understand it or whatever, right? Like he doesn't, it's not that he doesn't believe in magic, it's just that he hates it. And
Obviously, yeah.
yeah. So but a lot of times I think writers conflate the two, so they make it be like, if something magical happens, Batman's reaction is to dismiss it, like that's ridiculous. And I'm like, you're misunderstanding the dynamic. It's not that he doesn't think magic exists, it's that he just doesn't like it. When there's magic shit going on, generally he's like, someone else take care of this, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And they
A
do
lot of
that,
those elements.
and I think they do that a lot. But it happens, it happens outside of comic book stuff. But yeah, anytime a character that like exists in a world where it's like you've already encountered this concept, and then they encounter it again, and because it's like a new person claiming that they have, that they're involved in something that could be considered supernatural or extraordinary or whatever, they're just like, oh, I don't believe you. And I'm like, why? Like, why not? Like, maybe they're lying, but at least check first. Like, don't just
Like
dismiss
you
it.
said, it's like I can understand being like not immediately thinking it's real. I don't understand hearing something like specific, like fucking Sisters of the Cross or whatever the fuck, and not at least looking that up.
Yeah,
Hey, yeah, y'all ever heard of this shit?
yeah.
And then at least using actions based on those conclusions.
Yeah, that's really the thing. It's like if you, because yeah, sure, if you see like some seemingly crazy chick on the road and she's like, I'm a witch, it's like, could she be just crazy? Yeah, but like,
You got to entertain multiple possibilities. You don't
exactly.
necessarily have to go in one direction. If I can understand going in either direction initially, or like based on limited information.
Right.
But
But it's like at least like call Zatanna or something. Like
you start
just,
seeing some
yeah,
signs.
just check first before you're like, it's probably not real.
Talk to
And
an
then
expert.
she crashes out and like, magically destroys a bridge or something, and you're just like, whoops, if only I had, taken that seriously.
Wait a second, magic is real, guys.
Yeah.
This happens often though.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time. It's like every time they want, especially with really, it's with like street tier characters where it's like every time they want to tell like a more grounded story or whatever, or they're trying to like, I guess, pit people against characters like the citizens, not the citizens, but like the police or whatever. When they're trying to pit like a government against like Batman or Nightwing or whatever, they always resort to like making something crazy happen, like supernatural or whatever, and then having it be where no one believes that the supernatural thing occurred because it's easier to just like blame Batman, which also doesn't make sense. Like, because that's part of this storyline too that's going on with Nightwing, where like not only did he not take it seriously at first, and obviously like something bad happens immediately, right? Like he doesn't believe that she's a witch, and then she instantly causes like a giant car crash or something, and a bunch of people die, and so it's like. So then he's like, okay, yeah, that's my bad. I obviously should have, believed her or like taken it seriously. And so then he goes,
something bad happened and Batman's name was attached to it. Blame Batman.
yeah. So then Nightwing goes to like the mayor of Bloodhaven or whatever, and he's like explains what happened. And he's like, yeah, so there was this seemingly crazy chick walking on the road and I picked her up, and then she said she was a witch and I didn't believe her, and then she caused the car crash, and then she disappeared and I'm trying to find her. So like that's what happened. And the mayor of Bloodhaven right now doesn't like Nightwing because of course not. And so she like turns around right after he tells her all this and does like a press conference, and it's basically like, oh yeah, it's Nightwing's fault for killing all those people on the bridge, so we're gonna arrest him. And she basically calls him out and is like, if you should turn yourself in like by the end of this week or whatever, or we'll basically start hunting you. And I'm like, even the people in the store, and it doesn't make any sense because it's like, not like 3 months ago, Darkseid was trying to destroy the universe or some shit, and Nightwing and the Titans very, very publicly built a bunch of like gigantic arcs, like, and put everybody on Earth on these arcs and saved the entire planet.
Okay.
And I'm like, this just happened. Like, this just happened. So like, this mayor is like, oh, Nightwing's a murderer. And I'm like, literally 5 minutes ago, Nightwing saved the whole world. And then you're like, oh, he's a murderer or whatever, and we can't trust him because magic is obviously bullshit. Like, because she says that in the press conference, right? She's like, oh yeah, he tried to blame it on some witch nonsense, and that's obviously ridiculous. And I'm like, you just got saved by the Titans like a minute ago, while the Justice League was fighting the god of evil in space, in a metaphysical alternate dimension. And everybody knew about this. It wasn't like the citizens were just like in the dark while it was going on. Like the Titans, when they were going to fight like Darkseid and stuff, and the heroes that stayed behind on Earth to save everybody were like, they told them what was happening. They were like, yeah, this is the situation. The world's ending and we got to evacuate everybody off the fucking planet just in case we lose the fight and Earth gets turned into new apocalypse. Like, they were like, so everybody knew that was what was going on. And then in this story, the mayor of Bloodhaven is just like, magic's clearly bullshit. And I'm like, not only did that just happen, but even more recently, Nightwing just fought a fifth dimensional imp from another dimension that was using reality warping to make people's imaginations come to life. Like, that also just happened, and people witnessed it. It wasn't like happening in Nightwing's head or behind closed doors. Like, everybody saw the city magically transform into like some twisted funhouse nonsense. And I'm like, this has all happened, back to back to back. And I'm like, you guys have witnessed like 3 or 4 massive, magical, supernatural, god tier things happen in a
Which
row.
is fake. The mayor says it's true.
Yeah, and yeah, she's like clearly the witch thing is fake, and it's just Nightwing's attempt to like cover up the fact that he like caused a hit and run accident and killed a bunch of people. And I'm like, no one's gonna believe you, which is, you know, the only grace I'll give it is like the citizens in general, you know, I think I said this before, but like the citizens of like the DC universe never really turn on any of the heroes. Like the government, you know, for every once in a while
Just wouldn't make any sense.
tries
after,
to.
like,
But yeah, the mayor, she was like, yeah, he can't be trusted. And then they show like a couple panels where, you know, some people are kind of like on the fence about it. But like Nightwing just still goes places and everyone's like, oh, what's up, Nightwing? They're like, yeah, the mayor's obviously fucking stupid and doesn't know what she's talking about because we've been living here for 10 years and we know what you're like. And obviously you didn't kill a bunch of people on a bridge because that's dumb. And we know magic exists because we witness it all the time. And it's just like, yeah, I don't really know why they do it. Just it's such a weird like continuity error thing that is just like but it's a norm. Like it just always happens. It's kind of like the difference between if you read like a Batman comic book and then you read a Justice League comic book, they never really mesh well tonally or anything like that. And obviously it's a different tone because Gotham's all dark and depressing and stuff like that. But it always just reinforces the fact that now the way they're doing it right now actually kind of makes sense because normally, like not normally, but like, you know, okay, so let's say it's like year one Batman, right? And he hasn't really branched out or anything. At that point in time, it makes sense for like the GCPD to be hunting him and be like, we don't trust this guy and he's a vigilante and we need to arrest him. So it's like at that point, I accept it. But like once it's like year 5 or whatever, and Batman and Superman are hanging out all the time, and this is like publicly seen all over the planet, it's just kind of like it doesn't make sense when they have storylines where the GCPD is like, we need to arrest Batman because he's a criminal. And I'm like, you watched on TV like last week when Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman and Green Lantern and Flash and Aquaman fought like Brainiac or whoever and saved the entire planet. I'm like, he's not a vigilante. Like, I understand that he's like just a human, but like he's not though. You know what I mean? And
he's supporting the laws. He's
yeah.
know.
So, but it's always been a thing though. If you read like a Batman comic book and it's just kind of like, this guy is treated in a way that makes absolutely no fucking sense in his own comic book, as opposed to how he's treated in every other book he ever appears in. Because everywhere else he appears, he's Batman, the Justice League member. And then in his own book, he's Batman, the illegal vigilante that the police don't like. And it's like that, it doesn't make any sense because they're happening at the same time. And except for right now, it does make sense because of the whole thing where like Vandal Savage is like took control of the GCPD. So like he is making the GCPD hunt Batman right now in the current comics. But it's not because, you know, the GCPD naturally is just like, oh yeah, we don't trust Batman. It's because Vandal Savage is a fucking supervillain and he's making them do it. So I'm like, at least they have a good excuse this time for it, where it's not just like the GCPD acting irrationally as fuck. It's like a bad guy intentionally targeting him. But yeah, it is a pretty common thing. It's weird. So okay, you want to talk about like the Halo first, or do you want to do like the good and bad plot first, or what?
Yeah, we talk about Halo.
Okay, for anyone that doesn't know, which there's no way you don't know, but the Halo campaign Evolved or whatever they're calling it comes out in like 5 days, and it's gonna be fucking peak. But they released the trophy list, and it's gonna be so fucking hard, and I'm actually so excited, bro.
To get the platinum is going to require the strongest of wills.
Yeah. You're gonna have to truly become Master Chief. Just lock the fuck in.
I mean, I was like pretty sure, I was certain they would have some like tough gold trophies because I just know that's like a staple.
Sure.
And in my mind, I thought there was like a 30 to 50% chance that there would be a lasso trophy. And there actually is, which is just insane. Which honestly, I respect it because because of how crazy it is. But like, wow,
Yeah.
it makes sense if you want to get the platinum in that game, you gotta.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know if I really expected them to include like Lasso, but but only because, you know, I'd say in a general sense, trophies have over time gotten significantly easier, you know, across the board. Not, you know, not every franchise necessarily, but it's generally true, I'd say, if you compare a game that comes out like in 2010 to one that comes out in 2026. Or I guess a better way to look at it would be like
that's
franchises.
true.
Like if you look at like the God of War franchise, I guess it's a good example. Like God of War 1, 2, and 3 are actually pretty, they're not like super hard, but there's some difficult shit in those games for the platinum. But obviously, God of War 4 and 5 fucking easy as shit to platinum because they took out any sort of like challenge. Like obviously, you can choose to play it on, you know, God of War difficulty or whatever and make it hard on yourself. But the trophies are like just do everything in the game, and everything in the game is easy. Whereas, you know, in God of War like 3, for example, you have to beat the game. Now there's a glitch to get around it, but you have to beat the game on God of War difficulty, and that shit is fucking impossible on God of War 3. That shit is so fucking hard. Um but yeah. So part of me didn't really expect them to include like anything super super crazy. Like I expected, you know, like beat the campaign on legendary, like, you know, tip like that just
Yeah, that
seems
was like a if that was Kalshi, that would be the 100%er.
yeah. Um But yeah, they said, fuck that shit. We're going to add in like 10 skull related challenge trophies, and then we're going to add in Lasso. And I was like, all right, bet.
I remember seeing that though on like the old Xbox like gamers or
The
the
achievements.
the achievement list.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I remember seeing. Well, okay, Lasso I don't remember seeing, but but maybe they have it, maybe they don't. I don't remember which game, but I remember I think it was Halo Reach
They,
or Halo 3.
I think Lasso's a thing on all of them except for the original version of Halo 1. Because, like, I don't,
As a
Skull,
trophy or
yeah,
as an achievement.
as in, because Skulls, or I don't know if achievements
Okay.
even existed when Halo 1 came out, but Skulls weren't a thing until Halo 2 originally. So obviously Lasso couldn't have existed before then. But in the like Master Chief collection remaster thing or whatever, that version of Halo 1 has Lasso because obviously they added it in. I think I saw people talking about that basically the Master Chief like achievement, the Master Chief collection achievement list is basically what they went with for the trophy list. Like it's the same thing essentially. And I was like, that makes sense. Instead of like making a whole new list of trophies, just be like, we're using the same achievements from the Master Chief Collection edition.
But yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I have seen some Lasso runs, and I've seen people go for them.
Yeah.
There's you may know this, but I believe there was like a bounty for getting Lasso on Halo 2. It might have with I think I don't know if there was like another modification other than that, but yeah, it was like a $10,000 bounty because nobody can fucking do it like in game, which is crazy. Um, so and anyways, I was watching. I mean, he can't even get past one level,
Yeah.
and this is the guy who eventually ended up doing it. Like,
Yeah.
I guess Deathless, Lasso 2 Deathless.
Oh, Deathless? That's crazy. Yeah.
Which is yeah, Halo 2 basically impossible. It didn't happen for 18 years. But like this guy makes like a trophy for like 10 grand or something, and then this guy just grinds and does. And I was watching, he's just fucking dying every 3 seconds. This is a pro. Die every 3 seconds. Can't get past one fucking part of the level. Like every level is insane.
Yeah.
So at least you can die. But other than that,
But you can't really, because I mean, you know, you restart if you die the level anyway.
right.
Or the checkpoint in co-op. The co-op thing is going to be so clutch, though.
Yeah, co-op will be clutch. At least it's just the mission, right? It just restarts the
Yeah,
mission.
just yeah. If you're solo, it restarts the mission. If you're co-op, it
So
restarts the
like, you
checkpoint.
know, it's not great, but like that, it does. It's not restarting the game. It could be worse. Like
Yeah,
at
yeah,
least that's not insane for compared to like actually doing it deathless.
yeah.
But
And I'm sure there's like a pretty. I would assume at this point in time, there's probably a pretty solid strategy for like how to beat each level in Lasso.
well, that's what I'm worried about. Is like if the strategy is already this defined, how fucking hard is it that
Yeah,
people people still struggle?
I think the issue though too is that because they added in like 3 new missions that no one has ever played
Really?
before. Yeah. They added in
Oh,
like 3 prequel missions that take place before, or obviously they take place at the beginning of the game this time around, but like they added some extra background lore stuff, I guess. But no one's ever played them before. So there's going to be 3 fresh Lasso missions that no one's ever been able to try.
shit. I didn't even think about
So
that.
everyone's
Oh,
just going to
fuck.
be fucking in the frying pan together. Like,
Yeah, even if there's like a workaround for every single level, which I mean, even if there was, let's be honest, it can't be that
yeah,
significant, unfortunately. There's not going to be any for those levels,
yeah.
at least not for some time.
I saw someone like talking about it on a thread on PSN profiles or something, and they were saying that there's some sort of ridiculous way that you can basically like jump across, or like I guess jump outside of the map by using grenades or something on a lot of the levels to like make the lasso run easier. Where it's like you basically like not blow yourself up because you would die, but like you use
Yeah,
like the
like a
explosion.
rocket jump.
Yeah. Use like a rocket jump or something out, and you go outside the map, and you can just like skip to the end of the level, like on a couple levels.
Wow.
And I was like, but he was explaining how to do it, and I was like, that sounds like too much work to learn how to do. And also,
That's one of those.
I'm not gonna do it anyway, but like.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Maybe if I get to a point where I'm driven to insanity, maybe I'd be like, "Fuck it, I don't care, I'll
Can't.
cheat." But I
Yeah,
doubt it.
I wonder. Yeah, like how hard? How hard could it be? Is it going to be harder than Crash?
Yeah.
Basically,
I
is I think
I
what you're
would
saying. I feel
guess
like it could be.
I would guess it'll be harder, than the original trilogy of Crash, probably. There's no way I mean obviously I haven't platinumed Crash 4, but there's no way it's harder than Crash 4's platinum because
Just
like
because Crash 4 is the
there's
pinnacle.
just no way. Like all the bullshit in Crash 4, there's absolutely no way. Even with like the inevitable bullet hell-esque shit you're going to have to go through in Lasso, there's no way it's as hard as some of that Crash 4 nonsense where it's just like especially like the trophies for, basically beating every level in Crash 4 without getting touched. And it's just like, have you played Crash 4? Those levels are like 8 minutes long. It's fucking impossible, bro.
Oh, dude, all of the time levels that I remember doing in the Crash games that were
Yeah.
long levels, like Crash 1 had some 8-minute long levels, dude. And not even that it was like the hardest shit in the world, but you just had to be like near perfect
Yeah.
for 8.5
Yeah.
fucking minutes.
Like
Dude.
I think I don't even think they had them that long actually, but like I think the longest one was like
In Crash? Am I
in the
overestimating?
yeah. But it feels like it's taking you 8 minutes, because you're stressed the
Then it's
fuck
gotta
out
be
the whole
like
time.
five, and then what,
Yeah, it's.
5
I
minutes
think
is
I
the
want to
max?
say it's. Yeah, I want to say it's probably 4 or 5 minutes. But I think the longest one in the first game is the one where it's like the three or four like levels, and you go like all the way to the
Oh, I know
right, and then
exactly what it's in my brain right now.
That's the longest
what I
level.
thought of.
That's the longest level in the game. I think that's like maybe 4 minutes, something like that. But like, you know, being perfect for 4 full minutes in
Yeah.
Crash is an insane thing to ask of somebody. And then Crash 4 was like, okay, well, what if every level is like 6 minutes long? And then we still make you do it perfectly every time. And then we reverse the level and make you do it backwards. And you have to do it backwards perfectly as well. And it's just like, man, fuck y'all. Like, why? Yeah, the reversed mixtape thing in Crash 4 is absolutely diabolical. Where it inverts the levels. Bro, that shit is dumb. I think I think the skulls that make me the most afraid for Lasso are the two that stack on top, or there's like maybe it's three that stack on top of each other, and they're all like hurting the same category. It's like the oh, this one's gonna hurt. Is the every shot is worth double the ammo.
Yeah.
So every time you pull the trigger, you're losing. Yeah, you're losing 2 instead of 1, and then all ammo pickups are at half ammo.
Yep.
And
well,
you can't pick up Covenant weapons.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And
insane.
I think there's one more ammo related one. That might be it, actually.
It's been like max ammo capacity or something.
That last one is if you reload before your clip's empty, you lose whatever was still in the clip.
The COD.
Yeah.
The COD v Halo difference.
So that's all 4 of the ammo skulls that are active in Lasso, and that is like, I was like, that's crazy, bro. Like, especially because everything's gonna have like triple its normal health and stuff like that on Legendary.
Yeah.
Time to go full fucking stealth mode as much as possible. Yeah, and I think another skull that's on there is like your shield only regenerates when you melee kill an enemy.
Yes, I think that's right.
Yeah.
I remember playing with some of these skulls on.
Yeah.
Sure.
That one might be tough. I feel like staying in stealth is probably a significant strategy for most of it, because stealth is still a one-shot kill. Like the melee to the back thing is like a one-shot kill, even in Lasso.
And sniping, I think, is
like a headshot from stealth or whatever, probably still a one-shot kill. Yeah.
Sniper.
I just know that the first time you like run into a oh my god, what are they called? The hunters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the first like hunter you run into, that's gonna be that's gonna suck so hard.
You better think it's early in the level, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I don't remember how many hunters were in Halo 1, if any. They might not have had hunters in Halo 1. No, they definitely had a hunter. At least they had to have had at least one. Yeah, there were a handful of other ones that. Let's see if I can find the list of.
Yeah, the souls on Lasso. Okay, yeah, the level that I was thinking of was 7 minutes, but that's like the fucking like bronze time or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think the gold times or platinum times for any of them are above like 5 minutes. Okay, I found the list of all the skulls. Yeah. Oh, the motion tracker is turned off. That's diabolical. That's not going to be the end of the world, but that's still diabolical.
Really not the end of the world, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, all the enemies are just way stronger, obviously. I like one of the skulls that's turned on in Lasso is the exploding party head thing when you shoot grunts.
You get some good with the bat, you know?
That's the only fun one. All the other ones are terrible.
It literally is, yeah.
Oh, actually no, there's actually another good one. Or actually 2 that kind of stack together. No. If you stack like the explosion radius is increased, it's doubled for all explosions, which obviously could be a problem, but like the grunts also like explode when they die, so you could use that to your advantage a lot, I think.
What's the explode one called?
Grunt funeral. They die in the one I just said, the grunts exploding thing.
Bodies exploding.
Yeah. They blow up like a plasma grenade after they die. Oh, and the flood also explode if you hit their critical points. Oh yeah, you can't sprint either. That's crazy.
But you can't.
Yeah, sprinting is turned off.
Where do you see that?
Speed limit is the name of the skull.
They didn't add any skulls, did they?
I don't think so. I think they might have said that they added like 2, like that the original.
Because that one I don't see on the original list is why.
Maybe, yeah.
Combat Evolved.
They might have added like 2 or 3. I might have seen something where it said that they had like 40 in the original game and there were 43 in this one or something like that. Not in Halo 1, but like the first time they had skulls or something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess another fun one is like, I guess one of them makes just like, instead of saying what your character normally says or what characters normally say in general, you'll just say like random like funny dialogue. Like that's one that's turned on. Yeah, enemies have increased awareness, obviously. Sounds fun. Allies get pissed off way faster if you accidentally shoot them. Auto aim is turned off, which, I mean, I don't think that's that big of a deal. And a piece of your HUD gets disabled every time you respawn. Not like collectively, like a different piece of your HUD is turned off every time you respawn.
Taking damage? Well, upon taking damage or upon respawning?
Respawn. The original one might have been damaged, but in this, it definitely said respawn.
Remake's Lasso, well, it's called Lasso with fucking 2 A's. Legendary almost all skulls.
Because it's not actually all skulls. It's like 17 out of 40 or something like that. Because that's what I was saying when I was texting you about the other day. Is like someone that had early access to it. Obviously, either they were lying or they were mistaken. That they were saying that you could turn on literally all the skulls to do lasso, which like includes infinite ammo and shit like that. And I was like, I mean,
yeah, all the ones that like yeah.
I was like, that'd be clutch, but I doubt it. That seems like counter. Like, why would it let you turn on infinite ammo and half ammo at the same time? I guess the whole thing where you can't use Covenant weapons isn't part of lasso either. I was wrong about that.
Really?
I think it's a different challenge. I like one of the skull trophies. I think has you have to have that turned on.
But that was under all the lists that I saw, literally.
Yeah, they
What's the fucking list?
Yeah. The no Covenant weapons thing isn't part of it this time.
It's not. Okay.
Yeah. Dying in co-op, or the dying resets your checkpoint or level thing, obviously, and then shields only recharge when you melee. Motion trackers disabled. Enemies have increased health. Most enemies are like a higher rank or whatever. They're just stronger. Weapons dropped by enemies contain half ammo. Grunt headshots make them explode in confetti. The funny dialogue thing. Explosion radius increased by 2 or times 2.
Mm-hmm.
When you respawn, a random HUD element is missing. Grunts explode like plasma grenades when they die. Auto aim's disabled. Enemies have increased awareness. You can't sprint. Blood explode if you hit them in their weak points. You can't, if you reload, all the ammo in your clip gets discarded along with the clip. And if you shoot your friends, they get angry much faster. And that's like, what?
Where did you end up finding that?
I mean, I just looked up. I guess they had the Halo, I don't know, YouTube channel or whatever did a live stream where they showed off what the co-op remix and lasso stuff all entailed. So people just like did screen grabs of when they showed the lasso playlist of all the skulls activated, and they just posted them in like PSN profiles and stuff. So that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, and everyone's basically saying the same thing, like that it's the name of the game is stealth. Everyone's like, okay, stealth mode activated.
It's just gonna be like slow and agonizing.
Yeah.
What I remember about.
Yeah, you definitely won't be able to play it like how you imagine you would want to play a Halo game. Just like I'm the Master Chief and you run through and slaughter everybody. It's like that's not going to be how it goes.
Like fuck around on a mongoose.
Yeah.
It flips over, you die instantly. Like
yeah,
you stand into a tree, you die.
It's gonna be like walk very slowly and stick to the shadows and go around corners extremely carefully. But I've seen a lot of people saying apparently like this lasso is not, I don't know if significantly is the right word, but it's easier than the Master Chief Collection lasso in Halo 1. Because I guess they had a few more like ridiculous skulls turned on for the Master Chief Collection version.
I do hear people complaining about the floor is lava.
I don't, maybe I'm just not remembering like Halo 1 well enough, but I like, because that one's like, what is it? Beat one level in with floor is lava turned on at heroic.
It's a specific level, I believe.
Right? But it's like, it wasn't it like, I have it pulled up on my phone.
It's a specific 1 or 2 levels. I think it's at least
Let me see.
like the one.
I have the trophy list pulled up. Let's check.
Oh no, yeah. No, it could be any level. Beat a mission without jumping or dying, and everyone. It's just the jump. It complains that there's no jumping. The no jumping makes it extremely difficult.
Yeah, that's dumb though. But like, you can just put it on like recruit or whatever the fuck it's called in Halo, and just dog walk the level.
So, but like with the floor is lava, you can't just literally dog walk the level.
I mean, obviously you can't just like stroll about wherever you want. I'm just saying. I'm sure my point is that I'm sure there's going to be one specific level where it's like it's much easier.
Sure.
And if you put it on the easiest difficulty, you don't have to worry about getting killed by other stuff. You just like, you know, walk around and just pop everybody with the fucking Halo 1 pistol because it's a god machine. And like you're just...
I hope you're right. People at home say that and Lasso are 2 and 1 respectively in terms of the most difficult trophies in this game.
I don't know.
Those are both were described as platinum.
What is the floor is lava? Like, obviously, you know, implied it makes the floor lava, but is it just like the whole fucking ground, like the base ground, or is it like...
Pull it up. Good question. Whenever the feet are touching the ground, period.
You just take damage?
You take continuous damage. You must jump or stand on something. However, cannot jump.
I don't know. I just think... I think the thing is, I think that trophy, it reminds me... I'm not going to be able to think of a specific example, but it reminds me of trophies that you see in other games where, like, if you read the trophy by itself, it sounds fucking ridiculous, but then when you actually play the game, you're like, oh, this trophy was meant for this very specific part of the game, and it's not that bad if you do it here. Like, if you do it anywhere else, it's impossible. That's what it feels like to me.
Also, speaking from experience, though, like, people were saying, oh, if it's the same one as the previous, it was really the exact same achievement. It was beat a level with floor is lava. That was like a platinum killer, right? In theory, at that time. Obviously, that and Lasso.
Mm-hmm.
And it appears to still be the concern. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. To be fair, you could very well be right.
Like, maybe one of the new levels is like they give you a way out. That's like not that bad.
Wouldn't bet my dollar on that outcome specifically, but it could certainly not go the way people think.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like they can't make it like literally just impossible. You know what I mean? Like why would you make a trophy that just doesn't make any sense to achieve? Like,
it's not impossible. The problem is it's difficult with the no jumping. Is what I
sure. And so, like, what if I just sprint really fast to the end of the level?
Well, and that's like, this is where you start to go through, like, try that, it doesn't work. Okay, now what? Now what do I do? And you might not like the second or third option, but it's just probably not one that's going to be a quick and easy one. Maybe it will end up being not as bad as people think, though. I think there's a very real chance of that happening for sure. I don't see anyone else worried about anything else other than Lasso in that trophy, from what I've seen in a couple articles.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to look up like what's like the fastest level in the game if you like put it on the easiest difficulty and just fucking sprint to the end, and it says it takes about, the quickest you could do a level is about between 3 and 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, I mean, you keep grinding with that.
I don't know.
Eventually.
I mean, the other thing too is it's like are you only allowed to have that skull on, or like could you put on other stuff to help you?
I imagine
what I mean.
Stuff would not So what I read is that for stuff that maybe is not explicit, like maybe you could put it on easy.
Yeah, because
However,
it
you can't
says with
start
the
other
floor is
stuff.
lava skull activated, beat a mission without jumping or dying. So it's like
Correct.
you didn't say I have to only have the floor is lava activated.
I
Like
think it is implied. I think the trophy does not work, uh, or at least like not beneficial. Because that's how all of the one modifier type of achievements have gone in the past.
sure.
I think they, like I said, I think they just literally took they ripped all of these.
I just need this game to come out, man. I'm so ready. I don't even care, honestly. Like I don't even care about it being hard. Like I'm
I mean,
I'm
it's gonna
I'm
be cool
I'm ready
either
for
way.
the Halo resurgence on PlayStation, bro. Honestly, I was thinking about it the other day and I was like, low key, I might actually just like buy the like the Master Chief collection on Steam cuz it's like it's an absolutely ridiculous deal. It's like $40 for literally every Halo game that exists except for Infinite. Yeah. Oh no, except for Halo 5 and Halo Infinite. So it's like
Say Halo Five
it's
is really
Halo, yeah,
bad.
but no one gives a fuck about Halo 5. That game sucks. So it's like Halo, yeah, Halo 1 through 4 and then Halo Reach and then Halo 3 ODST all for like $40. And
Disgusting.
I was like,
Well, I mean, all together for $40.
yeah, all together for $40. And I was on Steam and I was like I might do that just cuz like Halo's fucking fun, bro. And I miss it.
I mean, it's coming eventually.
Yeah. I really hope like the next Halo game that comes out on PlayStation. I mean, I think the next one that'll come out is probably like Halo 7 or whatever. But
Oh,
like the actual new
well, I
Halo
mean,
game,
I see. Yeah, yeah.
because they already said that the next Halo game will be all platform. Like the next, you know what I mean, the next actual sequel or
Yeah, the
whatever.
next, yeah.
And I'm Halo multiplayer being back, like because Infinite multiplayer was kind of fun, but
We
like,
got
but I
full
just
COD
yeah,
multiplayer back. Now we're
dude,
gonna
yeah,
have
I'm saying, bro, on
solo
Black
multiplayer
Ops
coming
and
back.
Halo coming back in the same month is just like I don't know, like what more proof you need that God is real. Like,
The world is healing.
it's
Don't look
like,
at the Strait of Hormuz or whatever the fuck.
yeah. I
The
will say
world
that
is healing.
PlayStation knew what they were doing when they were like they pissed everybody off with the disc thing, and then like 5 minutes later they were like, okay, but Black Ops 1 and 2 are back, and everyone was like, you right, and they bought it.
But like, people are still pissed about that, but you're not wrong. It
Yeah.
was good timing to have a guaranteed hit in
Yeah.
the rafters there.
I just thought it was kind of funny though, because I remember like right before those games went on sale officially, and obviously people were pissed about the disc thing, and then I definitely saw people, you know, not necessarily overwhelming numbers, but I saw a lot of people being like, "Oh, you think we're gonna like get distracted by Black Ops coming back, or you know, no one's gonna like boycott it or whatever the case might be." And I mean, maybe. And then you know, it came out, and like the next day, I don't know how true like the actual number was, but they were like, "It's outselling fucking GTA 6 on the PS Store or whatever." Black Ops 1 and 2.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, I think it was only for like a day, like that it outsold it, but like still. And I was like, man, y'all really just folded immediately. The whole like, oh, we're gonna boycott it, fuck you, PlayStation, and then everyone was like, yeah, but it's Black Ops. We're not gonna not
Well, the
buy it.
boycotters will always be the minority. You would hope it would they'd make a bigger impact, but at the same time, it's like I think a game like GTA 6 and Black Ops,
Yeah.
like you get 100,000 people to boycott it, and you're not gonna fucking see the decimal place in the bank account.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's just not gonna even matter. From that standpoint, yeah, I think really the only hope you have is just like pressuring social media, that type of stuff. Like and that stuff works. That stuff can work. Um, they've at least responded, and but if that dies off, then I doubt that they're going to make a lot of headway because there's no way the boycotts are going to affect the bottom
Yeah.
line. It's just never really the case. But if it's like public enough, that's your best hope usually.
Yeah. It's just funny. It's like, have you guys should play like one round of fucking Nuketown and you're just like,
It's also tough because, like,
yeah,
yeah,
like
I
what do you
want to
want from me?
like, I don't really want to boycott PlayStation just because I know the consequences for doing that. But I want to buy. Even if I want to buy Black Ops. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, are you gonna punish me by being piece of shit and no longer releasing disc games because you're too cheap of a company? And also, I can't buy Black Ops. Like, no, I gotta buy. No, I want to buy Black Ops. I'm gonna buy Black Ops. That being said, I could still say fuck you, and I might consider not buying a PlayStation subscription. And realistically,
Yeah, but then you
it's
can't
pretty.
play Black Ops.
Yeah, they're immediately problems start happening. The funny thing is like, yeah, because I think even if I was offline, I don't know if I'd be able to play it, right?
I mean, you could play. I think you could probably still play
The
local.
campaign,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but would I have? But would it recognize my license if I was
I mean, you're
offline?
that's just the internet though. Like your internet still works.
Right, but
That's
if
not
I
the.
don't have a PlayStation membership,
I mean, yeah, but that's not. Those aren't connected to each other.
not yet, Michael. But yeah, I think you're
For
right.
now,
I
they're
think you're
not.
right.
That's not how that works. Yeah.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, you're right. Because I just bought it from the store. So unless I like log out, I should be fine.
But yeah, yeah. Halo's about to be peak.
Halo and PlayStation.
Bro, the videos that we're about to record of Halo are about to be some diabolical rage quitting nonsense.
It's gonna be the closest thing
Yo.
to where if we had like played Crash, if there was a way to play Crash together, it'd probably be the closest to
True.
what that could have been like potentially.
Or if we ever get around to like doing the Doom multiplayer stuff.
Oh yeah, is it the third game or the first game?
All of them, bro.
Oh, all of them.
Or the first game was the one that I had like obviously teed up first, but it's like the first two are the ones that
Okay.
have. I think it's just the first two that
I
have.
have the platinums and I don't even know. I
Yeah,
haven't played the third though.
I'm pretty sure it's just the first two that have the absolutely like ridiculous difficulty mode or whatever.
Correct.
Or not that they don't have it in the later ones, but it's the only one that has it as a trophy.
Trophy gated, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking hard. One level on that shit brings it to like a 9 or an 8 or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like anyways, but yeah, it's tough. At least for the first game.
All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. You want to do like the good plat, bad plat? Did you come up with like your own 1-in-1? Okay, okay, okay. You want to go first?
Yeah. I mean a couple to choose from. I mean the bad plot is easy. And for once I'm not gonna do Days Gone because I've done it already.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Honorable mention, trust me. Just trust me. It takes way too much of your time than it is worth. And that's all the time I'm gonna give it for now. But the bad plot is easy. I kind of want to hear your good plot first, just to make sure I don't step on any toes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, let's hear. We'll go good plot, bad plot, bad plot.
Okay.
Like that.
I went for we'll do the good ones first because I feel like we won't need to talk about that as much necessarily, but well maybe we'll see. But I went for an easy one and one that we mentioned a couple episodes ago, and I put Control as my good plat.
Oh my god, that was gonna be mine.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I let you go first.
Because I mean, yeah, because the second I thought about this idea, I was just like, we already talked about this a little bit in that one episode, whatever it was, about how it's just like such a well-designed platinum run, and it's just so good. Because like, there's no part of it where you're bored.
You don't even feel like you're doing a platinum.
Yeah.
And you're like getting a lot of there's no other game where you can get that many collectibles and not feel like you're.
Yeah, for sure.
Collectible thing.
Especially like. Especially it's such like it's so well designed in the sense of like obviously it's not open world, but you can go kind of wherever you want as you open up more and more of the bureau, but like they did a good job of making it to where everything you need appears as you go places, You know what I mean? Like all the collectibles and stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
they continuously populate as you progress through the story, as opposed to like, if it's an open world game,
backtracking.
right? Yeah, well, yeah. They could have done the thing where like there's lots of locked. Oh, there are like locked doors and stuff, obviously, that you can't get to as you when you first going through some
These
areas.
places you'll revisit. You literally
But
revisit.
exactly, right. Yeah. Either you automatically revisit them or they're part of like a looped path. So by the time you go back around, you've gotten like the key to that door. So you're like, "Oh shit, I meant to go in here like 5 minutes ago, but I didn't have a key and now I do." Whereas like, if it's open world or some games will make it to where like, "Oh, you can't go in here yet." And then you unlock the ability to go in there 5 hours later and you're like, "Wait, I have to backtrack all the way back to wherever the fuck I was 5 hours
And
to
there's no
go."
shortcut,
Yeah,
by
there's
the
no
way.
shortcut.
It's
Yeah, there's no fast travel,
the same
whatever.
amount of time, if not more, to make it back.
Whereas, and then obviously open world collectibles are oftentimes just off in some random fucking corner that has nothing to do with anything. And it's just like,
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, but beyond the
Mm.
collectibles, it's also just, all the story trophies and the side quest trophies and everything. It's like very reasonably, and the fact that game, obviously, like you can turn on like the accessibility settings and make yourself a god, but like, even if you don't cheat, you can, the games. I think it's well balanced in how hard it is versus how like strong you are. Like, there's never a point where you're just like,
It starts to get noticeably harder. You get uh, like +1 that effect noticeably stronger.
yeah,
So you're
yeah,
always just outpacing it a little bit,
yeah,
but it's still a challenge, which I enjoyed the challenge of it.
yeah. It's always just like it's barely hard enough to where like you can't just close your eyes and walk through the game and not
Right.
have to
Just
worry.
button mash necessarily.
But you're never going to be completely overwhelmed either, unless you like try to fight one of those like wraith things face to face, which is a bad idea. Don't do that. but
There are some situations you could put yourself in.
but yeah, yeah. And the DLC trophies are all fucking dope as well. And the DLCs are both cool.
Yes. Oh, they're so good, actually, yeah. They're so good.
Dude, I still remember like the very first time I did I can't remember what the DLC is specifically called, but like I think it's the one where they're like referencing Alan Wake a lot because it's like
Yeah.
Alan Wake the writer or
The second
whatever.
one.
Um,
Yeah.
but when you first go down in like the elevator and you're in like that pitch black room and it's like the doctor or whatever that has been like transformed into like a giant Slender Man looking demon thing and he just like comes out of the shadows. I remember like getting down there the first time and I was like, I don't like this. I was like, it's too dark in here. I was like, I know something's about to jump out at me. But yeah, no, that shit's fun.
Alan Wake, unfortunately, does not feel okay. I haven't played the second game. I've heard the second game is phenomenal, and the first game is very enjoyable, and it's just a little bit more. I would say like it's a little more aloof than Control, a little more linear. I mean, it's extremely linear.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the collectibles are, noticeably less. They're still paced pretty well compared to any other game for the most part, but like compared to Control, not as good. You might have to backtrack for some shit, etc. Um, wasn't as enjoyable, but has some of that flair for sure.
But yeah, so that's my good one.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
if you have,
I'm
did you?
glad. Yeah, I was worried you were gonna say Control because I didn't want to say Control, but I thought that was one of the best answers, basically. So instead, at least just to get something different, there's a couple I was thinking, but honestly, I'm gonna go for one that's like not just 10 hours because I want to say Resogun, but
Ooh,
it's just a short game. But I thought that was a well designed platinum and just like challenging enough to where like you'll start to get frustrated, but you won't break something
yeah.
because it's just too short of a game basically, and there's only like 2 or 3 really really hard things to do. I'm gonna say Sea of Stars
Okay.
instead. I'm gonna say Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars really well. Okay, another like fairly linear game, straightforward, um, but um, when you're going for the other trophies, it's just enjoyable. It's just it's such a fun game to play. Did you end up platinuming that game?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so but it's just such a fun game to play. So even when you do have to do backtracking and shit, it's it's enjoyable for the most part. I will say the only knock against it is like when you are doing the backtracking, walking when you learn how to like the spoilers, I guess you learn how to like fly and shit. I believe
Yeah.
that solves all
Yeah,
of the backtracking problems immediately because you also do it fast as fuck. Um, so that was a knock I had, but that was like it solved a little bit too late, in my opinion.
yeah. Because it's like,
Um,
it was like super late game.
like 80% of the game is
Yeah,
done,
yeah.
and then the last 20%. But like I would have liked that at like the 70% or 60, just a little bit further, just because you end up doing some backtracking. But
Hmm.
outside of that, really fun game. It can be hard if you want it to be hard, kind of. Um, and fun, fun game to get the platinum. Enjoyable.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
Control might be the goat though. Yeah, great.
Control is so good, dude. Control 2 is about to be peak.
Control 2. Now I need to play Alan Wake 2 because Alan Wake 2 might just be better than Control. And that's definitely what I've heard is that it's like the
Yeah.
best game of that universe, I guess. But both are like probably 9 something.
Yeah, I should probably play Alan Wake 2 at some point.
I bought it because I knew it was fucking gas and played Alan Wake 1, enjoyed that. Played Control, enjoyed that. And I just haven't played Alan Wake 2.
But I do think I remember seeing that like the trophies for Alan Wake 2 are like super fucking easy.
Yeah, I don't think it's too hard. I actually never looked at the platinum.
I think it
I bought the
has
disc, folks.
nice. I think it has similar like whatchamacallit. I think it has like similar accessibility stuff as Control where like you could basically make the game super fucking
Yeah, it's
easy or
3 out of
whatever.
10.
Yeah. That's probably why. I think
20 hours.
I
20
think
hours is pretty short.
yeah. That's about Control's length, give or take.
Or what's your bad?
I feel like I just went with like an easy one. I was like I'm gonna start the very first time we ever do this. I'm just gonna go with the one that I hate the most out of all of the games that I've ever played. Um, and it's fucking Power World. Power World is the worst game I've ever played. And if you're a fan of Power World, I hope you have a bad day. I'm like, like
Nice.
it's just
No uncertain
the
terms.
trophy list is just so mind-numbingly grindy. Like, and
It's a grinding game, Michael. What do you expect?
that's what I'm saying. Like the whole every little fucking part of it is like the grindiest thing you could ever imagine. It's not fun at all. Like, and even yeah, I don't know because I think I've talked about it before where it's like you need there's so obviously a big part of the game is that you need to craft a lot of shit in order to craft other shit or to like catch pals or whatever the fuck. And
typical like Minecraft, whatever.
yeah. But like not like Minecraft, where Minecraft is like, you craft stuff to craft other stuff. But in Minecraft, crafting takes fucking 3 seconds. In Power World, crafting takes like 10 hours.
It's like Clash of Clans.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. Yeah, literally, it's literally like a mobile game's cooldown of like, oh, you want to build a new fucking part of your restaurant in like whatever that burger game is that we all used to play like 15 years ago. And it's like the restaurant story, that game. It's like whenever you want to build like, or whenever you want to like cook a new meal in Restaurant Story, and it's like, oh, this lasagna takes 12 hours to cook, and I'm like, what lasagna takes? What are you talking about? Like, and that's what this game is like. Every time you want to, and like you have to, okay, and the way I played Power World, right? Like I did not play Power World as someone who was like, oh, I just want to like, explore the world and catch what I think looks cool and then like build cool shit and take my time or whatever. Like I was playing it to platinum it. So I optimized
Right.
the settings and everything to where like it would make platinuming it as fast as possible.
Yep.
You know, like increasing XP gain as much as you can, and uh minimizing crafting times and taking off. And there's like a thing too where like
You can do
yeah,
at least.
and you're only able to carry like by default you have like a weight limit as to what you can carry, and you hit that
Okay.
weight limit really fucking fast. And it started to piss me off, and I was like, I'm turning it off. You can make it to where you can carry infinite weight. And I was like,
Cool.
anyway, but yeah, because like the trophies, if you're just looking at them, they don't sound super crazy, but like, oh, speaking of collectibles that are annoying as fuck, there's like these little statue things that are all over the map, and you have to collect. You don't have to collect all of them.
Lift monk.
Yeah, lift monks. Yeah, you have, but you don't have to collect
Oh,
all of
man.
them. I think you only have to collect like 50 or something like that. I can't
Yeah, only
remember.
50. Not
But
that bad.
but there's no, you know how like, okay, you know how like in Pokemon, right? When you fly, you don't literally fly. You press fly, and then there's a loading screen, and you just
Animation play.
you teleport to wherever you're going. In this game, when you fly, once you finally unlock flying, not that you have to unlock it, but you have to catch a pal that can do it, you know?
Sure.
But you do have to, oh my god, yeah, because you have to craft the materials needed to like ride a creature. You can't just get one that with wings and then hop on its back. You have to like build a saddle or some bullshit and then ride on it. It's ridiculous. And you have to be like a certain level or something to do that, which requires you crafting other stuff beforehand. It's just this massive ladder of bullshit. It's like I want to fly, and it's like, okay, seems simple, right? All you need to fly is all you need to fly is this like saddle thing, and it's like, okay, cool, let me craft that saddle. It's like, okay, well, to craft this saddle you need this material A and material B, and it's like, okay, well, let me go get material A and material B. It's like, oh, well, you can't have material A because material A is created by breaking down materials C and D, and you have to go collect those first. And it's just like, okay, well, let me go collect materials C and D, and then you go to collect some materials C and D, and it's like, okay, well, C is just lying around, that's easy, but D is a rare drop from a specific type of pal in a specific dungeon, so you're gonna have to replay that dungeon like 80 fucking times to get enough materials. And it's just like every single thing in the game is like that, where it's like it just, and then when you, like I said, when you go to, when you build like your base and you build like the crafting conveyor belt thing or whatever, your ability to craft is so astronomically fucking slow. It's like and you know, having pals in your base boosts how fast things get done, right? And and the different types of pals have different skills, right? So like not different types. So that's the, okay, so you know how like in Pokemon, Pokemon have like randomly generated like personality traits, right? Like and they don't really play much role in the game itself, but like if you go into like your Pokemon's, like if you catch like a fucking Starly or something,
there's like
your Starly might
ones,
like your Starly might be like a happy energetic one, but like if I catch a Starly, mine might be like aloof or something like that.
Yeah,
you know,
like slightly higher HP,
sure,
whatever, or PP or some weird
so
shit,
yeah, so Pal World has that same kind of system, but the pal's personality traits are extremely fucking important, because it'll be like, this pal is a hard worker, or it's like a, you know, has strong hands or something like that, which means that they're good at building this specific thing, so you assign them to that job at your base. So a big part of it becomes trying to like intentionally breed pals together to create ones that are really good at specific jobs. Breeding also takes fucking forever. Takes like an hour to hatch an egg or some shit like that. For some things, it takes way longer for like better pals. It's just every single little thing. Because I remember there was one point I needed something. I was really close to the end, like to platinuming the game or something like that. And I can't remember, I don't remember which trophy it is, but I needed to summon something or, get something at a certain level or whatever it was. And there would be times where, and I needed like a shitload of one specific material to do it. And I swear to God, I would like put my pals to work doing it. And luckily you can idle, you don't have to do it yourself. Like if you just leave the game on and you let the pals do shit, then they'll do shit, they'll just keep going when you're not there. Not if you turn the game off, but like if you just leave it on.
Yeah.
And I remember like, I needed let's just say it was like I needed 500 like steel beams or some shit. That probably took like I want to say it probably took like a full day of me just idling my game while they were
Oh my
just
God.
to get enough. I know there's a trophy for like destroying, like you have to defeat like the strongest pal in the game, and when you summon it, it's so ridiculously over leveled. It's like it's actually an extremely difficult fight. Like you have to have a shitload of rocket ammo, which another example, getting to the point where we're able to create rocket launchers and the strongest version of rocket ammo, which is what you need to fight this thing. You know, like I just said, you need materials A through D, and you need to farm all of them. And so the farming, that's what it was. The farming I was trying to create, I needed like a shitload of rocket ammo. I'm talking like 1,000 rockets to kill this thing. And so I was like, yeah, so I was literally just conveyor, or what you call it, I was trying to just build as many of rockets as I could, and it literally took me, a day of just having my game idle to craft enough rockets to go attempt to kill it. And then like I failed once too. I failed once and I used probably like 600 rockets in my failed attempt. And I was like, I've got like, and after I died and I lost and I had to resummon it, I was like, I've only got like 400 rockets left, and I actually don't know if that'll be enough. Like, and so, yeah. So I had to do like this ridiculous method where like, I mean, I had to just I rebuilt them. I didn't get it all the way back. I rebuilt them, which took another like whole day of just letting the game idle while it crafted shit. And then this is like I'm like high level at this point in the game, and the pals I have working on the conveyor belt thing are also high level, and they're like the best versions you could possibly have of like being able to make the job go as quickly as possible. So as much as, maybe I was, and maybe, someone that's like a fucking savant at Power World would be like, oh, well, you can optimize it better, whatever. But as far as I was going, I was like, I don't see a way that I could make it faster. Like I've done everything that I know of in the game to make it faster without like, putting in hours upon hours of additional work to make the base like better or something like that, which I'm not going to do. But I remember like when I went back to fight it, I literally, I didn't like, I guess technically you could call it like a cheese method where like, I can't remember. I was like flying above it and just kind of like shooting down at it while it was distracted fighting a bunch of other shit. Like I basically just I sacrificed like every pal I had to this thing. I was like, everybody go in, doesn't matter what level you are or how weak you are. I just need it to keep attacking you guys down there so I can float directly.
Yeah, that's like a method that people are saying.
Oh no, I mean, I can't remember if I looked up a video of like after I lost and I was like, okay, this thing's really OP. Like, how are you supposed to do it? I can't remember if I looked it up or not, or if I was just like, I know this will work because it's worked on other things, but it's never been this difficult. Of like, it's never like an enemy has never been this strong where I've needed to like sacrifice everything. Normally it's like I could throw my team at it and then like they'll all die, but like they'll keep them distracted long enough for me to kill them with just like 6 or 7 pals or whatever the case might be. Whereas this time I was like, I'm sending everybody. I was like, I need everybody to keep them distracted, and I'm talking like a full team of like in-game legendary pals or whatever whatever the term they use for it, are getting dog walked by this thing in like 3 seconds. And I'm just like, that is the leveling system. It doesn't match well, I don't think. Like, I just didn't get it. Like, maybe I was doing it wrong, but it felt like no matter how much, like, how much I leveled up pals or whatever, or like what tier they were, like legendary or whatever, they all just seemed super weak in encounters or stuff like that, where like they would accidentally just like get hit by attacks that would tank their health. It was absolutely ridiculous.
I'm sure that with over 50 hours, Michael, it could have been twice as fast.
Bro. And then they kept adding in DLC trophies to it, and I was like, if you don't stop doing this. And I did like the first DLC pack that they did because it wasn't too bad, and then they added like 3 more since then, and I'm like, man, fuck y'all, I'm not playing this game anymore. It's just so fucking annoying.
It's not worth 100%.
Yeah, it's not. Because when they added the first one in, I was like, fine, it's like 3 more trophies or whatever, and they're not that bad, I'll do it. But then they added another one in.
Reason that you decided to go back to the game, considering that,
Well, I think it
because
was
I would have been
yeah.
pissed.
No, yeah. I think it was because I had like literally just finished it. So before the DLC came
Okay.
out, like I had just gotten the platinum and 100% or whatever, and then they released it, and I was like, I don't want to like not have it be 100% after I did all that work. So I went back and
That's fair.
got it to 100%, and then they were like, and then right after that, they were like, oh, we're releasing like 3 more DLCs throughout like the next year, and I was like, don't you fucking add any more trophies? And then they were like, we're going to. But yeah, no, that I hate that game so much, and that's easily one of the worst platinum. Not even outside of me hating it, it is a terrible platinum run. It is not like it is a grinding nightmare.
I mean, I see grind, I see 80 hours. Like, I don't see anything that gets me excited when I look at the PSN profiles.
The whole like, I mean, when that game first came out, people were like, oh, it's like Pokemon but with like guns and stuff. I'm like, it is not like Pokemon. It's like a really,
that was like week 1 to week 3, perhaps.
yeah. I'm like, it is a shitty version of, honestly, the Minecraft example is great.
On this game too, though.
It's like a really, it's a really obnoxious version of Minecraft where like you can control the monsters, and it's just not fun.
I'm excited about it. I remember when it launched, and then like not long after, I remember people kind of got tired of it or something, or like didn't like the. I heard other people complaining about the grind.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're just like playing it just to chill or like see what weird shit you can do, like I guess maybe it could be fun, but trying to actually like beat it is not fun at all.
Yeah, it's tougher than I thought, that's for sure. But I guess with any grindy game, they can make it tough.
I think that's what also annoys me about it too. Is it's like it's one of those games where if you're gonna create like a trophy list for a game, it's like make it hard. If you're gonna make it hard, make the difficulty come from it actually being difficult. Like Crash, for example. Like Crash is not a grindy platinum. It's just fucking hard. But the difficulty comes from the levels being hard. It doesn't come from like some arbitrary fucking nonsense that has no impact on how you're actually playing the game. Where like this game, it's like quote unquote, it's a hard platinum, but it's not literally difficult. It's just obnoxious. Like they just made the trophies so ridiculously time consuming that it's like it's hard because it's time consuming, not because it's actually hard, which is like the worst thing you could ever do for a trophy list.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel rewarding when you're done. You know, it's not like when you beat Crash, you're like I'm a god now.
It's a mountain. It's a mountain that you climb.
Yeah. Whereas Power World's, I don't even know what Power World is, but it's not a fucking mountain. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like being stuck in quicksand and not dying. It's like, sure, you did it, but like no one gives a fuck. Like it's not an accomplishment. You just survived the quicksand.
Yeah.
As opposed to like climbing Mount Everest. It's like, okay, yeah, you're a fucking, that's pretty impressive. Good job. But yeah, that's my that nothing will ever be lower than that. I could confidently say that I'll never play. I could pretty confidently say I don't think I'll ever play a game that pisses me off like that. As far as like the platinum just being the worst thing ever.
I mean, now I feel like you would not play a game if it seemed like it was going to be like a game like this.
Oh yeah, no, definitely the worst thing ever.
That's good. That's good. I think you get some people that would agree with you on that one. I think there's a lot of big Power Word fans out there right now, I'll be honest.
I don't think I have to worry about Power World defenders coming for me. Like
yeah, exactly. Well, like I said, I wasn't gonna do Days Gone. So worse or really garbage platinum, and I think this is really well deserved. Rise of the Tomb Raider.
really,
man, these games are great.
Because of the
Oh yeah,
the challenge mode. What's it called?
Yep, it's Score Attack.
That's right. Yeah.
So all these games are great, and I think this is really the only one that has this trophy. Yeah, the only one of that has a problem like this. PSN Profiles puts it at a 4 out of 10, and I think this is just underpriced. I guess it's severely underpriced, at least because it's not. Usually, I think PSN profiles, like, with the score, the difficulty, they take into account not necessarily that something is that technically super difficult, like something like, say, Brutality 101, right? Technically very difficult, and you're going to be, doing it a million times, whatever. Um, Even if something is relatively simple, I feel like if you have to grind at it, that's factored in
Right.
to the difficulty. It doesn't seem like it is, because here's the fucking problem if you don't know. Rise of the Tomb Raider, I'm okay with like most of these grindy trophies, where you're, collecting 150 fucking things. It's a pretty fun game to play. You do some backtracking, but it's fine. It's a fun enough game to play. And then for this installation, and only this installation, they introduced something called Score Attack, and or at least if it's in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it's not like required. Um, but Score Attack is, you basically need to play each mission perfectly and keep up a multiplier. The only point of these score attacks is keeping up the multiplier. And the way that you keep up the multiplier is you follow the narrow exact path that keeps up the multiplier. And then when you're not doing that, you're killing enemies, you're doing whatever, you're keeping up the multiplier in other ways. And if you fucking drop the ball at any point, you're not getting gold. You're not getting gold. And you need gold. You can't just first off, you're supposed to complete it anyways, but you're supposed to get gold. So like that's, you get the gold trophy, you get the other respective score attack trophies, obviously. And that being said, I tried a couple of them. I could get like 10 minutes in. First off, at that point, you realize every mission is like 20 fucking minutes long or whatever the fuck. And they're great. And there's not that many. There's like 24 missions. There's 24. And that's the other problem, is that you have to do this perfectly 24 fucking times.
That's a lot,
not
yeah.
every mission is 20 minutes long. They're probably going to be a lot less than 10, but a lot close to 10 plus. And 24 times is a lot of fucking times. The first level is not technically difficult as a level, but I quit proudly. Can say that I quit on the first level of this challenge, not necessarily because it was extremely difficult, but like I tried it for hours, and like I said, I could get halfway through the level, basically, is what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And there gets to be frequent points where you need to like manufacture this multiplier, and it's not like, and if that was the only thing, it would be really hard, but not basically impossible in my mind. Okay, it's not impossible, but just like it takes so much time and it's not worth your time. But also, in addition to that, like, the following the fucking path is difficult. Keeping up you'll fail in the first like 10 seconds of all of these score attacks, which means you have to which was related to something easier, crash. So when you do crash, you beat the level, you learn it, and then you can get the time faster and faster. Okay, you can't do that in Score Attack, because however you fucking played the level the first time is not the fuck how you're gonna play it in Score Attack. So your previous experience is next to worthless. You're gonna follow this narrow path. Think Sonic hitting rings, right? Like, you cannot fucking deviate.
Yeah.
And if you do, let's say you turn Lara a little bit to the right, and by the time she turns back, boom, you've lost the multiplier. Just restart the mission. Just restart the mission. What are you doing? You're 2 minutes in, 4 minutes in, 6 minutes in. Doesn't fucking matter. Restart the mission. You're not getting gold. It needs to be flawless. And I would be okay. So again, I would be okay if maybe it was easy to follow the path for the most part, but there was going to be some points where you had to kind of keep up the multiplier, whatever. Um, also the fact that you have to be near perfect basically just means that the scores are meaningless. The gold, whatever, it just basically just means perfect. So like the difference between silver and gold are like silver's a really really good time, and gold is perfect. Like that's it.
Right.
And you need gold for everything. And you can get and oh, here's the folks that I hear the two human beings that are pushing back against me on this earth right now, and they're saying, "Well, Chase, if you fucking do other expeditions and shit, you'll get these fucking cards. I think that you can use."
Yeah, that's a thing.
First off, they're they're not that good. They're not that good because it doesn't solve any of the problems, the main two problems that I just described. Let's say, like, here's what some of the cards can do. Um, well, okay, so here's what the cards do. They affect your score, and basically, you need a near perfect run with like no modifiers. So if you start putting on the modifiers, it can make your life a little easier, but your score, you might not have to be even faster for the score
Okay.
to get to gold. So, like, for example, your score, if you like, reduced pistol damage, your score is 50%. Like, if you're getting hit by reduced pistol damage, I think. Or like reduced health of enemies, another 50%. Like, it just starts cutting shit. Maybe I'm getting it backwards, but um, any, like, these are all, you can put negative. Actually, you know what? I take back everything I said. The cards are only negative. I just read them all now. I thought that was the case, but I thought there was also positive cards. They're all negative, and they just increase your score. And no, there's only one positive one, and it's unlimited poison arrow supply, and it decreases your score by 50%. By the way, everyone says total life saver, well worth the minus 50%. And you're saying, well, Chase, how the fuck are you going to make that up? You have to be near perfect. Well, you have to take some of the, you have to take at least one or two. I think you have to take 2 to 3 bad ones, is what I remember reading. So you take, yeah, this is what it says. You get, and let's forget the fact you have to open packs and get this stuff,
Right.
get these cards. But anyways, because you can't, by the way, you can't do it fucking raw, no rubber. Good fucking luck. So if you do get all these, which I remember using the best as well. You get something like first aid increases your score by 100%. Great. You're playing on Survivor, so you don't heal automatically, so you get free 100%. Are you gonna what one of the modifiers is one life to live? You're gonna need to take that in a lot of situations, but you can't take it every level because it's literally impossible.
Yeah.
So anyways, maybe the point is starting to be explained, but 24 times you have to do this is absolutely insane. I would be fine if it was maybe you had to keep the multiplier up. I'd be fine if maybe the path was easy. And in the absence of both those things, if you have to do it for like 1 level or 5 levels,
Sure, yeah.
10, I would already start to argue that's ridiculous. Honestly, I think I would seriously consider that, thinking of what's required for every level. And okay, 9 of them are challenge tombs. I went out of my way to try some of the challenge tombs. I'm like, oh, maybe these are easier. They're not. Moving on. Maybe they're marginally easier, but like in the grand scheme of things, it's the same shit. You have to be perfect. And you need to take negative fucking modifiers. That guess what? They make your life more difficult, and you're gonna keep up the multiplier, and you're gonna fucking die. And fist meet wall. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what's happening. Controller meet window. It's terrible. There's no fucking reason for this to be in the game or required trophies. It's ridiculous. Yes, it can be done. I'm not unemployed. Like, I'm not going to beat my head against the wall for a game that was enjoyable without this fucking headache. Because it's just a headache. I don't understand it, man.
Yeah.
By the way, think of this. Like, you got to solve all the puzzles fucking fast. You got to follow the path perfectly, solve all the puzzles. Like those are the easier levels. The hard levels is where you might fucking die, but it's ridiculous. And you got to fucking pick stuff up constantly. It's it's insane, man. Totally unnecessary. And there's a individual out there who will remain nameless for his protection. Also, I don't know his fucking name, but he helped me with the platinum of the 2014 Tomb Raider game.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just called Tomb Raider?
I think it's called Definitive Edition, but
yeah, Definitive Edition. Yeah, Tomb Raider. But yeah, Tomb Raider 2014. I think he helped me platinum, and we were talking about the platinums of the other games, and he's like, because he was doing the same thing. He actually, to his credit, maybe I'm going to expose him now. He like got the world record of like fastest platinum in that game, I believe. Held it at least for some time. I helped him get that, and in return for him helping me, whatever, he helped me with the trophy. He went out of his way to tell me, I was like, I'm worried about this score tech shit. It looks fucking hard. And what about the next one? He's like, oh, you just put the cards in, it's easy. And the third one's not a problem at all. And I'm like, and this is the guy that's like going for world record runs. And I get that means he's, I guess, literally hitting all of these fucking shits perfect because he's played the game a million times. But
yeah.
like, I haven't, and I don't want to play a level over and over and over and over just to get it perfect. Yeah, it's it deserves more hate. More people need to be talking about this in my mind.
The bullshit score attack trophies they added to a great game.
It's so many parts of it are bad. Again, like, and the worst part is, I think, in my mind, outside of the collectibles, which start to be pretty large, I think in this game, but I collected, I think, pretty much all the collectibles in this game. It's a outside of that, it's just a good platinum. It's just a good platinum. Outside of those things, but the score attack, and you've got to get one with a score multiplier of 200 plus or more. So you have to complete it by being near perfect, and then you've got to put it's got to be lasso version of fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Which sucks. And I forgot there's untouchable, which is replay five different levels. Let me say it slowly so the folks in the back hear. Replay 5 different levels without taking any damage.
That's pretty crazy.
I actually don't.
I mean, like,
that might be harder.
Yeah, even on like story difficulty, like to take literally even like no damage,
still gonna cause you damage.
Yeah, like literally 0 damage is kind of wild.
Unless it causes them to shoot all around you, like COD rookie.
But like even the odds of not getting clipped at least once in a level, like even in like rookie or like recruit on like Call of Duty or whatever, it's like good luck. I mean, someone's gonna hit you.
Maybe you could do some challenge tombs, but like if you're not, it's basically impossible. But maybe you could do 5 challenge tombs. But yeah, that sounds as difficult as it probably would be outside of the challenge tombs, perhaps. But yeah, fucking ruined what could be a very solid platinum and just like unnecessary shit, man. No one wants to do that. That's who looks at the Tomb Raider formula, which has not changed ever.
Right, yeah.
For the most part. And like, speed running in this game make a lot of sense. So much so that like we could do some like combo multiplier. Who the fuck puts that shit together, man? You can speedrun any game. I don't have a problem with that, but like,
yeah,
when you think your game should be speeded, It's not a game. It doesn't make any sense
It is weird.
for this
Like,
game. They're supposed to like contemplate the story and like solve these puzzles and you know,
especially
I don't
like,
know,
I
man.
think what makes it the dumbest out of everything is just the fact that it's like, if the speedrun pathing isn't uh if speedrun pathing doesn't have anything to do with like how you play the game normally, then it shouldn't exist because it's just like it's a waste of.
It's similar. It's some it's an optimal path, I guess you could say, but like you're not. That's not. It's not how you would play the game.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Picking it up
if
and like searching and finding the enemies and stuff. It's just
right.
it's just not how you would play
It's
the
like
game.
it's asking you to play the game in the most like unnatural way possible for no reason, and it's just like, why would I do that? Like,
It's not. It's a linear game for the most part. There is some backtracking, and you do kind of revisit some spots, I think. But like, you know, it's not on rails necessarily either, which is what it does to you in Score Attack, and it's like to a ridiculous degree. And I'm talking like, you basically just I can't over exaggerate the level of perfection you need on the path specifically. It's just like Laura Croft wide. It's just like Sonic wide. It's just like the width of the coins.
mm-hmm.
It's like if you deviate from the again, like you have to turn around, you do something, whatever. Maybe in a game like Laura Croft, by the way, imagine this and imagine you're traversing a fucking wall and going like on the wall. But
Right.
guess what? The fucking things aren't like the size of Laura Croft, right? They're
Sure,
they're
sure.
they're they're smaller. So if you don't take the exact perfect path and God forbid you miss it, restart the game. Just restart the game. You wasted your time. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. So just restart the fucking game. Hope that part again is at the. It's a traverse. There's a lot of traversal in all the Lara Croft games, and I actually really like the traversal because I think they do it pretty well for the most part. They don't make it so annoying, and they
Mm-hmm.
make it. She's a fucking Tomb Raider. She's supposed to be doing shit like that. She's like super outdoorsy, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's showing off her skills basically, which I like, which I imagine is why like the fucking Uncharted games and shit do well to some extent. But you know, to add score attack to that like type of game, that type of gameplay you're doing does not match well at all because you make when you're playing traversal, usually sometimes maybe you're like, okay, where do I need to go? But for the most part, it's linear. You know where to go,
Right.
and you're just like, oh, this is kind of cool. I'm just like fucking hopping around. You don't really have, but now you're just gonna be like, it's just gonna be bad connotations of you doing this traversal shit perfectly and going the exact path that they would prefer that you go to hit these jumps. And God forbid you land. Like, imagine you jumping on a ledge and you don't jump on the ledge that the side of the fucking thing is on because that's just the path you chose. And guess what? Restart the fucking mission at the beginning. And what are you going to do? You're going to run for 5 seconds. You're going to miss something. So guess what? You're going to restart the mission again. You're frustrated. You're letting it affect you. It can't just be me that hates this.
I think I remember like the first time I was not the first time, but when I went back and revisited that game at some point, I remember like after I started trophy hunting, I would assume, and I remember looking at like the score attack thing and then just being like, this seems fucking ridiculous. I didn't even try it. I was just I like read it, like I went to like the menu up for the score attack or whatever and like read what it was, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I don't care.
Like, I literally think finishing the game on Survivor is markedly easier than the score attack shit. And I got that trophy. Like I got what should be the hardest jump in this game already, but this score attack bullshit exists.
Unfortunate.
Sure, there's at least several people out there who would agree with me.
I think that's probably gonna have to do it for this episode. let's see. Or do you think? Or yeah, I guess yeah, we'll be doing like the Odyssey review episode tomorrow, or not. Obviously, it's not gonna come out tomorrow when people watching this watch it. But
We'll get another episode in that comes out at some point.
it's actually
Before or after
fun.
this one.
Now that I said it, the Odyssey episode's gonna come out before this one.
The episode on the Odyssey, and when we record it, only God Himself knows.
The Odyssey episode's gonna come out before this episode. That doesn't
Wow,
even
aren't
make
you
any
guys
sense.
surprised at the Odyssey commentary? Were you guys not surprised at the last? Yep, that's what we're
Bro.
saying.
But all right, yeah. So that's it for this episode. Yeah. So we'll see you guys in the next one.
Next time.